think I'm not gonna look at the timer this time. I don't know that that's messing me up. Just gonna try something different. Yo, what's up, Shiva? So good luck. Hope you're doing well today. Just woke up. I should really be going to bed. This run is bad. I'm gonna head to bed. Well, there's nothing wrong with going to bed early. I guess it is pretty early for you. It's what, like 6 or 7 a.m.? 4:52. Never mind. That's pretty early. Well, at least you'll have the whole day ahead of you. Take advantage of that. No, we have not changed our clocks. Which just adds to the stupidity of daylight savings time. Yeah, and then in the spring, you guys will jump ahead of us. Daylight savings is so stupid. Just send ball and chain all the way to the staircase. Agreed, Shiva. Agreed. Saw you were pushing for 129. What's your PB down to now? You gotta be close, right? $130.07. Nice. It's definitely getting there. Next PB will be there for sure. Do I feel overpowered in Escape? No, I feel bored. I want to play the rest of the game. If it wasn't my bedtime, I probably would watch. See what I can catch. Well, good luck to you. Power. It's kind of silly. Not sure in what way. Not sure that you want to do them, or think you'd rather practice. You'll feel kind of exhausted. I know that when my sleep schedule gets a little messed up, even if I get the right amount of hours of sleep, I still feel bad because not the right time. Maybe it's something like that. You would think Shiva, but sleep's weird. Grabbed an extra rupee. Exactly. And oversleeping is definitely a thing. Cool. I had 9 hours of sleep last night and I woke up pretty tired. Every anti-pump in the world in that room. Not really, Shiva. I think I'm the only person who's actively running this category right now. I know Doomtap did a run of it, or a few runs of it. Had a pretty solid time. It was 126.38. But I don't know of anybody else who's actively running this category. Well, kind of Shiva. Just because I'm not there for the weeklies. I did a no reset to replace like a weekly. I got a 124. So unless Doom's holding on to a PB, he wouldn't have won if I was there. Please. Please. I got that RNG literally 3 times in a row. Ridiculous. I've had no arrow drops, 1 arrow drop, and now both arrow drops. Air is too brutal. It's such a silly dungeon. It's like, it doesn't even take that much going wrong, and then all of a sudden, like, you're losing 10 seconds. Or dying. It's pretty rough. I feel like what always happens in Hera is you fall off once, and then you get tilted, and you go right back in, and you get pushed off again. Yo, what's going on? Ugh. That looks like a German name. My German is exceptionally bad. So please let me know what you would like me to call you. Oh, almost good. What's up, Ducks? The runs are going. They're not good. This is definitely the best run of the night so far. Good on arrows. Pretty solid rupee count. This guy just not aggroing. Because this game is really cool. True. It is better than no runs. Throw enough attempts at it and eventually you got a PB, right? Well, that doesn't mean you're bad. That just means you haven't put in enough time. Okay. I would probably say it's something like Metzelmenschen or something like that, which probably really bad. The only bad runs are the ones that you give up on. And I don't mean ones that you reset. I mean ones that you, like, just get frustrated at the game or whatever. And you give up that way. I know you've been doing some Master Sword runs. Honestly, pretty pretty solid times for having just started. I'm sure it wasn't completely right. It was probably right enough for a non-German speaker. No point in hating somebody who hasn't done something before. And there's also not really much point in hating somebody who has done something. Everybody's gonna like or not like their own things. I think that Torches room is the hardest room in Desert. Aside from land mode, but like Forest land mode is gonna be impossible. So whatever. Oh, that was a 2-in-1. Sick 2-cycle though. Did I say it with SCH? Dota Q popped. Alright. Have fun. I'm a little upset I'm not looking at my splits because I kind of want to know, but this is very true. That's why I quit Dota, because I stopped having fun. And it took me a really long time to realize that. Okay. Please do not. Jesus. Can't swim. But at least I didn't soft lock. The issue I always had with MOBAs was nobody would just play their own game. Always worried about their teammates. Don't worry about me, worry about yourself. Really annoying. What a spot for that Dead Rock to stop. But I lost like 5 or 6 seconds or something from stupid swimming. Alright, well, if you don't have fun with your game, hopefully it at least goes well. Like I said, sometimes you get bad RNG in the game or whatever, but getting mad at the game doesn't really help. Matters. There's no sense in doing that. I would like 2 more rupee drops. I guess, depending on how many greens I get. I need 2 greens and a blue. Or 2 blues. Or a red. That's what I need, and I'll be good on rupees for the rest of the run. Well, that's very true. But I more meant along the times of along along the lines of, you know, the game's gonna troll you. You can't get upset when like it's gonna happen going in. If that had been the other mini Moldorm, I might have been able to get that blue rupee. Ooh. Thing is, like, when you haven't played much, you don't even really notice the RNG. And when you've played a little bit, you notice the RNG, and you give it too much thought. What are you doing? And then after you've played a bit, you give up on thinking the RNG will ever be good, and you just roll with it. And then you get good like Eddie or something, and every single thing you do matters. Like, every single piece of RNG in this game matters, and you get mad at it. And I mean, when you're good like Eddie, it does matter. So, it's understandable. But like, pretty much for everybody else, like if you're not a 123 runner, it doesn't matter. True. If you watch enough, you get a lot of the same impressions. But I think that's one of the things that makes this game great. Is that, like, of course there's a ton of RNG everywhere, but most of it is like read and react type stuff. And the stuff that's not, well, that stuff sucks. But cannon warps are the worst part of the game. Not true, blue balls are the worst. But cannon warp's pretty trash too. Yeah, resetting blue balls is like, I mean, it's not fun because you have to go through all of Light World again, but at least it's like manageable. You can't reset Ganon warps. Cry, Shiva. What you do. This heart dropped. I want to see right there. Yeah, I was telling somebody that the other day. It's like, I mean, blue balls are nice to have low just because you're not losing a ton of time for no reason. But at the same time, the reality is you're losing like 30 plus seconds, maybe a minute plus, in like every split in Dark World. And it's like, you know, blue balls are nice, but be honest about where your time save is. I have messed up Gold Guard room 4 runs in a row. I gotta practice that. Messed it up in different ways each time. I think it's better to take that hit from the bat than to alert the guards. What makes it disturbing? I understand that we're all, you know, gluttons for punishment because we speedrun this, but I don't know. I'd go so far as to call it disturbing. Wait for the key dash, even though. That's when it's time to pick up a new category. Not a great tower. It's 2 splits back to back that were not very good. Given the rupee situation, I'm probably going to continue this run unless it's like 9 blue balls. And then probably do something. Or go to bed if it's like 9. Because I don't think I can PB with like 7, but maybe I can. It'd be extremely difficult. I got hit because I was standing in the wrong spot. Don't give me 3, dude. 2's really good. Definitely got a chance. Just gotta play well. I think the one thing that's kind of neat about this game is that in terms of glitch categories, if you like glitches, man, this game's got everything. But in terms of non-glitch stuff, I think that's kind of a weakness of this game, is that a lot of the categories are very similar. There's only so much we can do. It's an interesting way to mess up that screen. I don't know about that. The lottery, you're throwing away your money. With this, you're throwing away your time. But at least we're kind of having fun, mostly. I thought I would delay it enough arrows. I also played really greedy there and just tried to like walk around. Partly because I knew the arrows were next. I didn't really want to kill the jelly. Isn't that the point of winning the lottery, Shiva? So you can retire? Win the lottery. Invested in something. You never have to work the rest of your life. Unless you want to. Well, that was very suspect, but we got through it. I'm gonna be behind by a lot now. This is terrible. That was actually, I think, the very last frame I could have done it on. Because, like, I heard the bomb go off on the frame that I moved down. Well, that's cool. Could have gotten the 10 drop there if I was lucky. Wait, 5, 1, 5. Yeah, 5, 1, 5, 10. It's lucky. Wasn't that lucky. But I mean, I'll take 2 blue balls over the 10 pack. Alright, now if turtles behave and give me drops, we'll be good on rupees for the rest of the run. So I'm looking for the middle left one to give a drop and the top right one to give a drop. Because I can get those without losing too much time. Well, not anymore, I can't. Or turtles can just like totally misbehave. But now I only need 1 rupee, and there's plenty of opportunity to get that. Every time I wait on that drop, that turtle does not drop a rupee. It's too bad this dungeon was a disaster, because I would take that helmet fight. I think I'm still losing like 10 seconds. Or something. Which is rough. Just don't get helmets like that every day. I still lost like a second on that fight, but I'm happy. Also, I'm not looking at the timer, I'm just estimating. But I know I'm up against a 609, and that was not 609 quality, like 618, 620. Very bad. Basically got bailed out by the helmet fight more than anything else. Okay, so the last bush on this overworld can drop a rupee. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. Digging game gamble. Just take a minute in the middle of the run to go play digging game for 1 rupee. Seems like a solid choice, Shiva. Ugh. Well, that was a really bad dash. Could have gotten frame rolled out of it. Also, the second dash was too high, so bad screen. I think he's calling more than just us, stupid Shiva. Oh, I didn't get a rupee. Would have been super nice. Actually, I think the drop, I might be wrong about this, between arrows and bombs, I think that's a rupee. And that's next in the prize pack, so could be getting a rupee there. It's either a rupee or a magic. I think it's rupee. You know? It helps, right? That RNG's pretty rough. That RNG's good. No, that RNG's bad. Rip Hellway. Okay, I don't really know the splits I'm up against for the rest of the run, so I think my thieves is not great in PB. But this thieves has been not great so far. So let's see. If you're fast, you can actually dash in between there, which is the fastest way to do it. You have to go fast. You can't slow down at all. Oh, it's a magic. Darn. Thought it was a rupee. Maybe that next one. No, the next one's a heart. Sure. Well, if this jelly sparks, we're gonna find out. No, it's a rupee. Let's go. Alright, good on rupees. Okay, heart's the last drop. You don't have to worry about. I understand you're joking. I felt like you were being rude to me. I'd probably ban you. And I would also probably warn you if I felt like you were being rude. I don't think you're being rude. So no need to apologize. Also, never say never. Maybe one day you do want to play this game. Like, you go crazy or something, you know? You get really good. Might surprise yourself. I always forget you can go on that RNG. I gotta remember. Alright, no more rupees the rest of the run. Please, video game. I want to finish a run with 0 rupees. That would be really cool. Even though I could get a rupee right here. Don't do it. Oh. Agreed, Chiva. I think that around your level, we're walking because I messed up. I don't trust the rope. Around your level, it's definitely like a matter of, do you have a plan for every room? And I do mean every room. Doesn't have to be fast, but as long as the plan goes well, it should be fine. And then eventually you'll start doing them fast. You don't have any plans, just the time. Well, Times are acceptable backups to plans. See, like my plan in that room is to close my eyes and pray I don't get hit by the fire bar. Because I'm too lazy. Needed to kill the mini Helma there, but wasn't thinking about it until too late. Terrible, terrible, terrible Schoolwoods. Probably wasn't like 10. Or more. I think there's a really big difference between 124 and 128 Shiva. Yo, checks for the host, dude. For everybody just popping in, I just want to make you aware I'm not really looking at splits. I kind of have a general idea of where I'm at, but not looking at splits because I don't want to. Also, checks, what were you streaming? Good dash. I think I'm too far left here. No, I'm good. I think that'd be a lot of training, Shiva. Yo, thanks. Thanks, checks. Appreciate the good luck a lot. But it's not about having time, it's about having an attention span. How did SM Rando go? I feel like the problem with SM Rando is you only need a handful of items. So it's like not that interesting, but could be wrong. It's casual. Okay, fair enough. That monkey would definitely smash some controllers. Monkeys are really strong. But what's up, Lucius? How's it going? So everybody from Check's stream, I hope your Wednesday night / Thursday morning, or if you're not from the Americas, your Thursdays are going well. It's not good. That's what I get for walking in the water. I don't like being really slow. Still save time on this split, but this is a split I need to save 20 seconds on, and I'm not going to save that. The hard drop's super nice because now I'll have beams. But it's also bad because I might lose the arrow drop here. With double bomb setup. Legacy is actually an old category. We renamed low percent the low percent legacy because we no longer need to get heart containers. So if you've seen a low percent run before, this is just that. Rebranded. I really wanted those arrows. Yeah, we have considered heart container skips to be NMG. Partly to make low percent and any percent more different. But also because we didn't really see any big things that the Ancilla stuff really did over the course of an any percent run that would make it not NMG. If it let us skip flippers, we might change it. But doesn't yet, so... So if this fight goes okay, we'll still be saving time, but not a lot. That's a perfect fight. Too bad the dungeon was not good. That fight actually can't be done better. Maybe frames, but... Too bad the dungeon was not good. Would have been easy gold. I've had a few like that, but never in runs. That's my first time in a run, which is upsetting. I need it on a run where the dungeon's good, and then I'll gold this split by 6 seconds or something stupid. I got really lucky. None of the puffs charged, so I had good RNG in the fight. You really... It's like a 1 in 8 that you get RNG like that, I think. Or maybe a little... Maybe better than that, but... Like... Super rare. So in this category, I wouldn't normally get Ether in the Swamp Split, but in this category, we have literally just enough health for Mire as it is, because when we go to deboost on Vitreous, we're going to take 8 hearts of damage. And something like that is unacceptable. Like, you would just lose 20 seconds in that split if that happened. So, really cannot afford stupid stuff like that. Why did I move left? That was gonna get me. But Swamp in this category is surprisingly difficult, so... It's like easily the second hardest split or something like that. Hardest being either Turtle Rock or GT. So I guess that's the third hardest split, but... That's a significant portion of the reason why that fight is very difficult. But also because there's less of just like small movement things in Swamp, where having Master Sword is much worse than having a tempered sword. Especially when you do the jump downs onto the Tektites, they live in this category because when you are falling, it counts as like a poke. So a lot of the Tektites live, and the Argus fight is not good. So a lot of it's the same, and a lot of it's like the tiniest bit different that it's really hard. And Swamp's already a dungeon that I think is underrated in terms of difficulty. Most people think of it as just like Escape 2.0, and that's kind of true, but there's a lot of... I notice a lot of things about people like not stopping in the right places for their dashes and stuff like that. I used to think Swamp was boring. Now I think it's like... So like that guy right there is gonna live. And it's hard to know exactly which RNG you get. But yeah, I used to really dislike this dungeon. Now I don't mind it. I think there's a lot more going on than I used to think. That's kind of bad. What do you mean by good timing after big key checks? You mean like you've been having good back halves of swamps? Which is the hard half? Just the one jump. Okay. I think I normally go below the skull pot, but I think I'm gonna go above the skull pot here on that jump. Because get through the door. I think that'll give me better ability to avoid this Tektite right there. But yeah, so the Argus fight is going to be much tougher. In addition to having to do twice as many hook dashes as any percent. You can also get frame ruled. And you also have to react to the way Argus moves, which is not true with the tempered fight. This fight is different enough that if you're trying to learn Zero Cycle, I would not recommend doing this, other than for timing purposes, because aside from landing a hook dash, they basically have nothing in common. But it is one of the things that makes this category fun, is that a lot of the combat is not just brain dead. Really work for it. So the swamp has not been good, but if I get a one cycle Argus here, I'll be fine. Really just can't get a 2 cycle. That's obnoxious. a 2-cycle because Argus charged me super hard and then I didn't know what to do. Frustrating. Probably losing time now. I haven't had 3 fast charges like that from Argus in an extremely long time, even when I'm practicing. And I'm not used to hooking from the left, so my timing on it was a little off. So it's a big contributor to why I wasn't like poking both puffs when I was hooking. Even though it should theoretically be exactly the same, it felt much worse. So I know I'm up against a Goldmire. Which is going to require getting a 1-cycle Victorious to like compete with. You've got to be kidding me. What a joke. The thing is, too, tapping A at the top of the stairs. Take 5 frames. I hate 5-frame strats. Well, maybe Wizrobes will drop some hearts. We can get back in this. Yeah, this health situation is extremely bad. And the thing is, really don't want to move Ice Rod to the Turtle Rock Split because of should have gone to the top path. It makes the menus so much worse. They're like all an extra move. Almost every menu is an extra move if we skip Ice Rod. And they go from 2-move menus to 3-move menus, which is extremely bad. That's like 2 moves most people can get away with as not being a big deal, but 3 moves, everybody's losing time on 3-move menus. That is an interesting thought, Bill Zelda. Yeah, so like, we don't get Ice Rod. Okay, so the first menu is just going to be left instead of left. So it's a little easier. But 1 to 2 move menu, I feel like doesn't save that much time. But then in the basement, the menus go from like down left or right up to like up left up, which is a hard one, or down right down, which I think is basically impossible. Or like up left left, which is still tough. Like a lot of the menus just go from manageable to kind of really having to think about them, which we do not want to do. I'm gonna kill this Wizrobe for art that I hopefully get, because I feel like I need it. I can't remember if we need 8 hearts or 9 hearts for this fight. I think it's 8, but I just want to be safe. So like this menu is left, 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 which is already a pretty tough menu, but the fewer 3-move menus you have, the better. That sucks. I missed Spooky in my last run, so I'm glad to nail it here. This is really bad fire. Yeah, it's RNG dependent checks, and there's what, 10 eyeballs, and 4 of them, if they move, means you can't get a 1 cycle. So it's like extremely high chance you can't get a 1 cycle. Okay, if you haven't seen a low percent run recently, we're actually going to use Spooky in the next split. We're going to use Spooky in this split for Chain Chomps, which is, I think, one of the coolest strats in the game. Found by FSG, who's always looking for new strats. Yeah, it's like the leftmost eyeball, the top left eyeball, the middle eyeball, and the one directly above the middle eyeball. Yes, Chomps is very bad. I slashed. Quick warp. Yeah, we set it up leaving Mire. Okay, so I didn't mention it. When we flute away from Mire, what you actually want to do is dash before you flute, and that'll shift the altitude variable so that we can do this strat for Chomps. Yeah, it's A then flute. And we're going to be skipping the arrows here in Turtle Rock because I need the 10-pack in GT anyway. So there's no point. Also, I did not kill the mini Helma in Skullwoods, so my first drop is going to be Heart Drop in this prize pack, which is less than ideal. We really want to get the magic as soon as possible, basically. We can kind of move through the dungeon faster and not wait for drops anywhere. So even though this is slower, loses like a second. We're gonna spin that guy for drops because he might drop the fairy, which would be super swell. Okay, so that's the spooky strat for chomps. If you press A and then Y, it'll flip the switch instantly, but if you just press Y, it'll delay flipping the switch, and that's because the altitude variable is offset. So it's a pretty cool strat. And that means we don't have to menu to Kane. At all. Let me see. Checks. Do you know which one's the magic? Is it bottom left in Poke 2? Or is it... I think it's bottom left. Might need it. I need it. Thought it was high enough. Or if I get beams... I have exactly enough magic. Or we can just get the full magic up. But you can't rely on that. What is this roller doing? That's why we really want to get the drops early, so we don't have like that right there. Yeah, but it's bad because I couldn't trust getting drops right. Actually, just the fairy alone would have made up for it. I didn't realize after the fact because I realize now because I only used one rod shot there. I thought I was going to use two. That's what I was thinking about. So in this, if you're going to fire one rod shot, you actually want them to meet at the bottom because then it's easier to dodge the lone Pokeballs. Keep stopping my dash in the wrong spot there. So what's bad is I only know one strat here. And since I already have a bomb, not worth it. I fired that rod shot because I was nervous about what was going to happen. It's either 8 or 9 slashes, just depends on if you get a rod shot to double hit. Also, so for that, for the Trinex fight, you poke dash Trinex, it actually re-stuns the heads, which is really cool and lets us save magic in this fight. The timing's actually pretty tight, but saving rod shots is super nice. I'm not gonna go for the hover. I feel like I'm like 10-15 behind. Has not been a great run. We need to save the magic really just for the refill. Saves frames on the refill. But also that fight can get out of hand. Like, whiffing rod shots here and there can mean that you run out of magic in the fight. So it's not good. You want to save as much magic as possible. Also, if you're hookshotting on this bridge because you have Master Sword, don't. It's not a good strat. Make sure to hammer that Lionel. And it'll be out of your way 100% of the time. Hookshotting, sometimes I'll just stay right in front of you. Just keep losing time. Not yet, Shivo. Got hopefully 7 minutes, less than 7 minutes to go. I went so far right for the... Cool. Bad. Get the 10 arrow chest. Don't have boomerang, Shiva. Unless you're dance gaming because we don't have boomerang. In which case, that's understandable. Boots are definitely the best item. No contest. I'm also pretty partial to the hook shot. It's not better than the boots. I thought I canceled that. Whoops. Wasn't that bad. But... Nice. Cool gauntlet. Nice. Okay. My hands are pretty sweaty right now. Not good. Still got a Ganon fight to do. And an Agatu fight. This is my favorite strat in the game. Okay, 3 cycle, please. Good RNG. That I blew. I just gotta beat like a 3 and 3 Ganon, and I think this has a chance. Okay, it's not a good start. F you, Ganon. Okay. Okay. Please stop. Please. I hate when he stops up top. It's gonna be a hard lampless, but just don't miss. Why did I switch to lamp right here? I'm just gonna close it out. Lamp, I think. God, that's what? I can't count the hits. And I just totally missed that fire rod shot. I could have done more. But... Can you warp to the top left, please? Alright, FSG lives another day. Hoping to cut FSG with this. But I'll take it. What a disaster Ganon, right? I would have cut FSG if I could do the Ganon fight. 322 is an absolute disaster. Also, thank you Gerdo, Chex, Shiva, and Ben. The GGs. Nice runs. Congrats. At least I can put this category down for a while. By the way, I just want to say 1710 Desert is like 1652 in any percent. So that's going to be very hard to beat, is what I'm getting at. That's a 601 Desert. That's good. And this was 2 blue balls, so that's cool. This was more blue balls than last time. Also, that ice was really good. Really good cold. Really bad dungeon. Still beatable. I was hoping to PB this category by like 20 or 30 seconds. I'll take 3. I'm just upset that FSG is going to be able to rub it in my face. I think FSG has a 54 or a 56. It better not be 56. I'm gonna be mad if it's 56. It's 55. Okay. Alright. At least it's not 56. The 718 tower too. That's not bad at all. $718 no hover. Theoretically, it's possible to like sub 7 GT in this category, but good luck with that. Already impossible. Anyway, I'm really happy to get, even if I'm complaining about the time lost. And I got 123 summer best in this category. I think I'm pretty happy with putting it down for a long while. Just gonna let the credits play out here. It was another bad swamp. I would cut FSG if so many things had just been a little bit better. But it's hard. Yeah, just gonna let the credits play out. Appreciate everybody watching and hanging out. Like, call it a night. But yeah. This was fun. I don't know what category I'm gonna do next. I think maybe keep saying defeat Ganon, or maybe actual low percent. Haven't decided. We'll find out. But yeah. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for the GGs and everything, guys. Have a great night.